Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Today we're going to be playing a rematch game with the decks that we built last week for Aetherdrift. If you didn't catch that, be sure to check it out here in the upper right. Let's go ahead and get into the game. Hey, it's Jason back again playing Redshift Rocketeer Chief. Here's hoping all my opponents see is my exhaust.
Hey, I'm Brent, and welcome back. A great pirate knows sometimes you have to sacrifice some stuff and take some great risks to get some great reward.
Howdy guys, it's Nate, back again with Mendicant Core. If at first you don't succeed, try again, and sometimes in a race there's second chances.
Hey, it's Matt. I am back playing Hashaton, Scarab's Fist. I was excited to play one of my favorite cards, Tortured Existence. Unfortunately, I'm not playing the card that I like to play with Tortured Existence in Volra's Shapeshifter because that card is kind of a rules nightmare, and I didn't want to have to deal with that, but it would be pretty cool in the deck.
Let's roll off for this game of Magic the Gathering. I got a 10.
4.
5.
Can I stop going last someday? This is why Jason makes me sit in this seat.
I'm going to keep this hand, you guys.
I will also keep this because I think it's funny.
I've learned my lesson from the previous video. This has lands, I'm f***ing keeping it.
3 Armageddons? Sure, I'll keep it.
I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to play a forest. I'm going to play a Carpet of Flowers.
Sure.
I wish I wasn't going first, so we'll see if anyone plays an island.
I also wish you weren't going first.
I'll pass.
Training Center. I'm going to pull Nate, play a Soul Ring.
Nice.
Pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I want to play this Ancient Den so I can get welded away when an artifact ends up in my graveyard. I want to pay 1 for this Ginger Brute. It has haste. I can pay 1 and it can't be blocked except by creatures with haste. And I can pay 2 to eat it because it's food. Hey Brent, take this 1. Go ahead.
I'm going to pay 3 life because I don't learn and play Boggart Bog. I'm going to tap it, and I'm going to put the Underworld Cookbook into play. I can tap it and discard a card to make a food, or 4 and tap it and sack it to return a creature from my graveyard to my hand. Go ahead.
He's cooking, boys.
They just need to make making food called cook.
I'm going to untap and draw. Play a Thornspire Verge. It taps for a red. If I control a mountain or a forest, it can tap for a green too. I do have that. Pay 2 for my commander. Redshift. This is a 2/3 goblin with vigilance. I can add X of any color equal to its power, only to be used on abilities. It also has some exhaust ability that I'm sure won't come up. Pass.
Draw per turn. I'm going to choose not to play an island.
So
You're not the only one that can turn to a commander.
I mean, all 3 of us have 2 drops.
Yeah.
Pass the turn.
I have lands this time, guys.
Thank you for the island, bro.
I'm going to pay 2. I'm going to cast my commander, Mendicant Core Guidelight. Power is equal to the number of artifacts I control. Has start my engines, so I'm going to get some speed. And at max speed, whenever I cast an artifact, I can pay 1. If I do copy it, the copy is a token. Matt, this is nothing personal. You were just the only one without a blocker. I apologize. I'm going to punch you for 1.
You will rue the day.
Already on 2 speed.
My speed goes up because somebody lost life on my turn, and I will pass.
What does the gingerbread fucker do? You can make him unblockable?
I can make him only be blocked by creatures with haste.
Gingerbread fucker.
Anyway, I'm going to play Verdant Catacombs for turn and cry a little bit. Then I'm going to tap this for a currency converter. Whenever I discard a card, I can exile that card under this from my graveyard. I can pay 2 tap to draw and discard, or I can tap it, put a card exiled with currency converter into my graveyard. If it's a land, I get a treasure. If it's not, I get a 2/2 black rouge, and I'll pass the turn.
Untapping and drawing. During my first main phase, I will add a red to my mana pool from Carpet of Flowers. I'm going to use that red and 1 to chainsaw. We're going to
Yeah, of course, it gets chainsawed.
yeah,
I told you,
okay.
we're not letting you get there again.
And chainsaw will get a rev counter. I'm gonna play a forest return, go to combat, Nate. Yeah, 2 commander. And then I'm gonna tap my commander to make 2 ability mana and pay 1 more to equip the chainsaw to my commander. Pass turn.
Untap, draw. We are going to start my engine. I'm going to get myself all revved up over here. Once I'm at max speed, I can pay 3, tap it, and discard a card, draw a card. 2 mana for a Felowar Stone. Combat. Jason, you're at the highest life total.
Yeah. 5?
They're after blocks before damage.
Yeah.
We're going to channel, which involves discarding, making 2 1/1 spirits. Trigger him, giving him +2/+0. You can't read it, but that says RIP Jason on its tombstone.
Nice.
Draw a card after the damage, and I will pass the turn.
I'm going to play this Ravioli. Give me the Formioli Volt. It does things that read whenever I do the things, if I do the things. I'll go to combat. Jason, take 1.
Yep.
My speed gets faster. Pay 2, an Ornithopter of Paradise. 0/2 flyer, I can tap that 1 mana of any color. Pay a blue, cost reduced by 3 for an Emery, Lurker of the Lock. Costs 1 less for each artifact I control. When it enters, I mill 4. Milling a Signet of the Arcane, Otawaru, Kappa Cannoneer, and a Prairie Stream. And then I can tap them, choose an artifact from my graveyard. I can cast it this turn. I will pass.
End step, I'm going to do a fetch. Under City Sewers into play tapped, and I will surveil 1. That can stay. I'm going to tap the Underworld Cookbook to gain a food, discarding the All-Seeing Arbiter, which is a 5/4 flyer, and when it enters or attacks, I draw 2, discard a card. Whenever I discard a card, target creature an opponent controls gets -X/-O. X is a number of different mana values among cards in my graveyard. But right now, it's just exiled, and now it's in my graveyard, so I'll make a 2/2 rogue. I'm gonna untap and draw. Command Tower is land for turn. I will tap these 2 and play my Commandor. Hashaton, Scarab's Fist. Whenever I discard a creature card, I can pay 2 and a blue. If I do, create a tap token copy of that card, except it's a 4/4 black zombie. Pass turn.
Untapping and drawing. Play a City of Brass as my land for turn. Oh, also I'll make a green from Carpet of Flowers. I'll use the one and another for Agatha's Soul Cauldron. Creatures I control with +1/+1 counters have abilities of cards exiled by this Soul Cauldron. I can tap the Soul Cauldron to exile a card from a graveyard. If it's a creature, I put a +1/+1 counter on something. I'm gonna go ahead and swing on Brent.
I'll take 3.
Cool. Then I'll pass.
I'm going to play this Storm Cave Coast. Still not an island. Blue, colorless.
Jeez.
Jace. I will target myself to put 2 in the graveyard. Ooh, Underworld Breach and the Aether Spark. And then I will draw a card. Because I want my speed to go up. Jason.
2 spirits coming to me, I'll block 1. I'll get a rev counter. You'll deal damage to me and your speed will go up.
Pass turn.
Draw. 2, cost reduced by 3. I'm gonna Thoughtcast. I'm gonna draw 2 cards. I'm gonna play a Dark Steel Citadel. Pay 1. Ginger Brute cannot be blocked except by creatures with haste. Take 1. My speed goes up. I am fast as fuck, boy. Go nuts.
End step. I'm gonna discard a card. I'm gonna discard Nezahal the Primal Tide. Trigger the Currency Converter. I'm gonna make a rogue. Okay, I'm gonna go to my turn for reals. Sepulchre Coliseum. I am 4 cards away from Threshold. Go.
End your turn, I'll exile the creature in your graveyard. I'll hit Nezahal.
I will respond.
Oh.
I'm gonna discard a card to make a food. It's Metamorphosis Fanatic. I'm going to trigger my commander, and I'm going to trigger Currency Converter. I'm going to resolve Currency Converter first, and exile my Metamorphosis Fanatic. I'm gonna make a rogue. I will resolve my commander's ability, paying 3 mana to make a tapped Metamorphosis Fanatic. 4/4 lifelink creature that when it enters, return up to 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. I will target Metamorphosis Fanatic. When Metamorphosis Fanatic enters the battlefield, return 1 target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a lifelink counter on it. I will choose Nezahal.
You got a board wipe, Nate?
No.
Anyway, it's your turn.
I'll untap and draw. I'll make a red mana with Carpet of Flowers.
Sure.
I will play a Forest for turn. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna swing on Jace for 4. I won't pump him if you don't block.
Sure.
All right, Jace is at 1. I'm gonna pass my turn.
I will uptick targeting myself to mill 2. Counterspell and Chasm Skulker. I'm drawing a card. I'll play my first island.
You broke. How dare you?
Only reason I'm playing it is because you guys played one. Otherwise I would not. 4. Surly Badgesaur. Whenever I discard a creature spell, put a +1 counter on Surly Badgesaur. Whenever I discard a land card, create a treasure token. Whenever I discard a non-creature, non-land card, it fights up to 1 target creature I don't control. Combat. Nate.
Rude.
5.
I got nothing for it.
Faster.
Draw. I play an Inkmoth Nexus. Pay 4. Cast my commander. Again. I got nothing else. Go nuts.
End of your turn. I'm gonna exile your creature.
Okay.
I will put a counter on my commander.
Guess I'll go to combat. 7/7 lifelink going at Jason. 2 4/4 lifelinks going at Jace.
I will declare no blocks.
Okay. I'm going to activate to discard a card, draw a card. I'm going to discard Fiery Islet, making a treasure token, giving Nezahal +2/+0, and when he deals combat damage, I draw a card.
Wow.
Makes sense. Yeah. Okay.
And then Jace dies.
I'll take 9 instead.
Sure.
But I'll draw a card.
I will gain 8 + 9 is 17 life. Pass turn.
Untapping and drawing. Cast a Walking Ballista on 2. I can pay 4 to add a counter to it. I can remove a counter to deal 1 damage to anything I would want. I'll just pass.
Brash Tunnel Grinder. When it enters the battlefield, I may discard any number of cards and then draw them any cards +1. At the beginning of my end step, if you descended this turn, put a boar counter on it. Then if there are 3 or more boar counters on it, remove it and transform it. I will choose to do all 6. These will trigger Surly Badgersaur. 4 of them are lands, giving me 4 more treasures. Discarding Full Throttle and Wing Boots. He gets to fight. We'll fight your commander and... Sorry, the 0-2. One thing gets plus 12. I guess we'll do my commander.
It's very large.
Yep, that fight.
I'll float away.
Okay, that fight.
I'm going to discard a card. It's Jingataxius. I'm going to trigger my commander and trigger currency converter. I'm going to make he's a little triangle dude. My commander will fight and die.
I will get 2 rev counters on my chainsaw.
Land per turn. Rotting Mako. Whenever I discard 1 or more cards, put that many +1 counters on this creature. I'm going to come at you just because you're at the highest life total right now.
That would just flat out kill me. We'll throw Emery in front of it.
Go to end step, discarding 2 creatures to start with. One of them being Anger. He will get 2 counters. 3 non-creatures, so I have 3 fights. I'm going to have him target untapped rogue first.
Sure. The only other thing you can kill is the Gingerbread
Yeah,
if you wanted to stay alive.
Which I think I'm going to do. Might as well get the full advantage out of it. And then it'll fight Jingataxius last.
4 more rev counters.
Okay.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a Razor Tide Bridge. 3, cost reduced by 4, and on cast, paying the 1 to make a copy. I'm a Thought Monitor. When it enters, I draw 2 cards. When it enters, I draw 2 cards. End step, discard this island.
You're in step. I'm going to exile the Gingerbread Man underneath this.
Yep.
I'm going to put a counter on Walking Ballista.
I'll go to my turn. Go to combat. I'm going to send these 2 4/4s at Jason.
Tap my commander. That'll be 12 ability mana. I want to put 3 counters on Walking Ballista, and I'll block 1 of your 4/4s. A copy.
Okay.
I will take 4, and you will gain 4.
He'll still gain 8 and has lifelink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You'll gain 8.
Second main. Here's an entire talisman. I'll pass the turn.
I'm going to untap and draw. I will add a red to my mana pool. I'm going to use that 1 floating mana, use Gingerbread's ability on my commander to make him unblockable by things that don't have haste. And I will go to combat, and I will swing on Brent for 12 damage. I'm going to lose 1 life to make a red. I'm going to cast Aggravated Assault.
I will draw a card. I'm going to cast Get Lost, targeting your commander. Destroy target creature, enchantment, or planeswalker. Its controller creates 2 map tokens.
Okay, probably a good idea.
Yeah, I think
I'm gonna tap my commander. 12 ability mana. Let's do red. My commander will be destroyed.
You get 2 map tokens.
I don't know what that is, but I got
You can
it.
pay 1 and tap it and sack it to have target creature you control explore.
I'll get a rev counter on my chainsaw from my commander dying. So I'm gonna use the 12 to put 3 more counters on Walking Ballista. Actually, let's do 2 counters, and I'm gonna pop these maps.
Sure.
It's Garuk. I'm gonna put it in the grave, targeting him. Dusk Watch Recruiter. That can go in the graveyard.
Okay, you'll get another counter.
Yep. And I will pass the turn.
So before my draw, I'm going to fetch, grabbing, Thundering Falls, which will let me surveil 1, keep it on top. Combat, the squad, at Nate.
Block like that, we'll keep my commander back.
Okay. Flash in, Enduring Curiosity. I will draw. My spirit does the 1 damage to you now.
Yep.
Draw 1 on damage. I will go to end step. I will descend.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Archwave Innovation. Enters tapped unless I have an island, which I do. Taps out of blue. I can pay a blue and tap it. Next spell I cast has Improvise. 3, and then X is 4. I'm gonna Whirler of Invention for 4. Search my library for an artifact with mana value 4 or less, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. So I'm gonna grab a Phyrexian Metamorph. I would like to have a Nezahal,
Okay.
so it can also draw me no cards.
Sweet.
And that's all I got.
On his end step, I'm going to exile Duskwatch Recruiter from my graveyard. It has an activated ability that lets me pay green and 2, look at the top 3 cards in my library. I can reveal a creature from among them and put it into my hand, put the rest in the bottom. And I'll put a counter on Walking Ballista.
Well, let's start with this Azorius Signet.
Is it a non? It's a non.
It is a non-creature.
It's an Azorius
You can do it.
non-creature spell, man.
Oh, it's for
I mean, he has a-
Nezahal. I
he has
was
a-
curious if it was instants or sorceries or just
Oh,
non.
No,
you're right.
any non-creature. Activate currency converter to draw and discard. I'm going to discard Rona, Herald of the Invasion, and I'm going to exile it under currency converter. Land for turn is Watery Grave. Ouch. I'm going to take another damage. That's who cares. Malevolent Hermit. I can pay a blue to counter a non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3. Otherwise, it's a 2/1.
I'll kill him.
Okay. I don't think attacking does very much, so I will simply pass the turn.
I will get a rev counter. Are you enjoying our content? Want to help support the show? Consider joining our Patreon for some dank benefits, including access to our full deck list, voting privileges for polls, shoutouts at the end of our videos, and more. Don't want to give us any money? We get it. Subscribing to the channel, liking our videos, and commenting down below also help as well, and are totally free. Thank you so much everyone for your support. Let's get back to the video. I'm gonna untap and draw. Somebody has 2 islands now.
Yep.
I'm gonna make
not me.
2 red. I'm gonna use that 2 red and 2 green to cast my commander. He's back. He does not have haste. I'm gonna pass.
On your end step, I'll discard a card to draw a card. Matt, if I swing at you with the 1/1 and make it a 3/1, will you let it go through so that I can draw some more cards to figure out some...
Sure.
Okay, 1/1 coming at you, any blocks?
Yeah, no.
That's why I'm asking for the blocks before I just activate my things. I'll discard a card, and then it will deal combat 3 damage, which will allow me to draw
Another card.
2 more cards.
2 more cards.
Enduring and
Oh,
the
nice.
captain ability.
You should cast some non-creature spells so I can draw cards.
I probably will. Let's force the issue. We're going to Pongify the Walking Ballista.
Trigger some Nuzzle Holes.
Yep.
Yep, I'll draw.
I will also draw.
I'll pay 3. Silk Guard, targeting these 2, putting counters on both of them.
Draw.
Trigger Nuzzle Holes.
Yep. All right, my modified creatures will get hexproof this turn.
With all that on the stack. Thirst for knowledge. That's all triggers.
God damn.
I will draw 3, then discard 2 cards unless I discard an artifact. Oh, can do that. Okay. Negate Nuzzle Halls.
Okay.
So we are currently negating a Silk Bind, which is in response to a Pongify.
Yeah, negate will resolve. All right, so I would like the beastie, so I can use 8 counters. We're definitely killing the 4/4.
Sure.
We'll do your commander and the spirit. It will die. I'll get a beastie. Okay, that was fun, guys.
Go to end step, triggering,
Rassus Tunnel Grinder.
descending.
Nice. You get to discover now.
Untap. Upkeep. Draw. I'm gonna play an Amonkhet Raceway. Max speed. Tap target creature gains haste. 2 and 2 for a Vidalcan Archmage. Whenever I cast an artifact, draw a card. Pay 4. Cast an Unwinding Clock. On cast. Nezahul's opponents or...
Opponents. I will draw a card.
Yep. And I will draw off of Vidalcan.
Yeah.
Combat. 7 at you, Jason.
I'll block.
Okay.
Okay. I'll get a rev counter.
Brum, brum, brum.
That's right.
End step. Discarding a Meticulous Archive, a Hollowed Fountain, and a Hope of Gearper.
His end step, I'm going to attempt to exile your spirit fella. Your old man.
Oh, yeah,
Hermit.
he's gone.
I'm going to put a
I'm actually
counter
gonna-
on my...
Respond to that.
Of course you are.
I'm gonna snuff out your commander.
Okay.
I don't want him to have that.
Get snuffed.
Go to my turn.
On your untap, I'm gonna untap. This Ancient Den, this Razor Tide Bridge is a Starksteel Citadel. And my Artifact Nuzzle.
1, 2, 3, 4. He's back. He's still a 1/3. I'll hit Jason for 7.
Yeah, sounds good. I would love to take 7.
I figured you might. And then I will gain 7. That's gonna be it for me.
I'm untapping and drawing. I'm going to add 2 red to my mana pool. I'm going to cast my commander. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Matt, we'll come at you with the squad.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tap Currency Converter, make another 2/2. Commander, huge dude. I'm not blocking the Enduring whatever.
And I will demand answers from you, Matt. Discarding Mystical Retrieval to draw 2 cards, and I will give Enduring Curiosity +2/+0.
Nuzzle.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Nuzzle Halls.
Yep. And to save my commander, you'll get 1 more too. I'm going to turn one of the ones blocking my commander into a clue.
Yeah, he sure is.
Nuzzle also has no max hand size, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you discarded.
Never would have had to discard these
Yeah.
3.
Okay, my creature's dying, you get to draw 2, and I take
6?
6.
Yep.
Okay.
I will get 2 rev counters.
Red, 2 colorless. Reaver Cleaver. I did use, I will discover X, which means I reveal until I hit a 3 or less.
Yeah, trigger Nuzzle Hall.
Nuzzle
Yep.
Halls.
Arcane Signet. I guess I'll cast it for free, triggering the
Nuzzle
Nuzzle
Halls.
Halls.
Sure.
pass the turn.
Draw. Prismatic Vista is my land for turn. Cracking it, grabbing a plants. Pay 6, cast commander, draw. Hit blue. Canine Mark 1, as long as he's untapped, my other legendary creatures have ward 1. And I can pay 2, target legendary creature I control can't be blocked this turn. Combat, we'll chew the life total down. Swing 7 at you.
Sure.
Yeah, that's all I get.
Unstep. I'm gonna fetch. I'm gonna put Shadowy Backstreet into play, and I'm going to Surveil.
The shadowy Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Or is that in sync? I have no idea. That card is fine in my top of hand thing. I'm going to make a food. I'm going to discard Toxrill the Corrosive and I'm going to pay 3. Make a token copy. Trigger currency converter as well. Go to my turn. I have here this basic island. Combat. Right back at you.
No, it takes 7.
Oh,
I shouldn't have
this
picked
isn't
that fight.
In response to no block, I'll discard a card, draw a card, giving his +2/+0, allowing me to draw another card.
So sends for 9, unless you got stuff.
Pay 3. Attempt a generous gift, Nezahal.
I'll respond by drawing a card off of Nezahal. And then I will discard 3 cards. Hell Fountain Kitsa Vohar. He's gonna go away for a minute. I'm gonna pay 2 mana. I'm gonna draw in the lock your Nezahal. Paying the 1 ward.
Discard Meticulous Arcave, Hollowed Fountain, and Opal Palace. Mine doesn't exist.
Go to end step. They come back. Yours triggers first.
That's annoying.
That's why I did it.
I'm gonna have a Toxaril.
Okay. Then this will come back. Then Toxril will put a minus slime count on each creature I don't control.
Say they're -2/-2.
Yes.
Yeah. One of mine is gonna die. The K9 is gonna die.
I will get a rev counter from Nate's creature dying.
You'll get a slug.
Oh yeah, I do get a slug.
End of mess turn, I will attempt to exile a card from your graveyard, Brent. That's a creature. Whatever's on top, put a +1 counter on my commander.
Attempt to Psych Rift the Toxaril back to your hand.
The Toxril. Trigger Nezahal.
That's a counter spell. Cry.
It wasn't, but I already had one. I guess I'll give you an offer you can't refuse.
Pierce.
Ooh.
Trigger Nezahal. Fierce resolves. I'm gonna take a damage. I'm gonna tap the Underworld Cookbook to discard a card. Going to be Agent of Treachery. I'm gonna copy it.
I'm going to reenact the crime. Exile target non-land card in a graveyard that was put there from anywhere this turn. Copy it. You may cast a copy without paying its mana cost.
Sure, you can have a Agent of Treachery.
I'll take your Toxril.
Yeah.
Copy for Agent of Treachery. I'll take your commander.
Okay.
Kang and Dovin Speed of the Psych Rift.
Yeah.
That ends my turn. Go ahead.
I'm gonna untap and draw. So I made 2 green from Carpet of Flowers.
It is 3 now.
Oh,
Islands.
3? Alright, I'm gonna make 3 green with Carpet of Flowers. I'll pay 1 more. I'm going to Guardian Project. Whenever I play a creature, I draw a card.
I will draw a card from Nezahal.
I will play a Fauna Shaman. I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna pass turn.
End step. Bunch of slimes and stuff. That
Stuff
dies. That dies. 3 slugs that also die.
Yeah.
And then we create some slugs.
Draw for turn. 3 mana to equip the Marauding Mako. Get +1 and trample. And when it deals combat damage, create that many treasures.
Yep.
Just sending everything at you, Matt.
Everything. All right.
I have no reason not to right now.
I'm gonna triple block your Toxril.
Slugs.
Yeah. Jason's commander on your commander.
Okay. 2 mana. Desperate Ravings. Draw 2 cards and then discard a card at random.
Trigger Nezahal, I suppose.
I'll let you choose.
No boots.
No boots. I can give something +2/+0. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to the huge trample dude to start with. 3 inactivating, discarding this land to draw a card, giving Agent of Treachery +2/+0. Blocked this, so die. 23.
23. I'll take 23.
And because Toxril's on the field, when your things die, make slugs.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
get 1 slug.
14 of that is treasures.
Mana.
And you get to draw a bunch of cards.
Island for land for turn. 4/5. Get to discover 5. Overlord of the Flood Pits. First I discover 5 before the BTB trigger. Cyclonic Rift. I'll try to bounce your Toxril.
Sure.
He will enter. I will draw 2, then discard a card. My boy up here will get bigger. 3 for a Malcolm. And then using 3 mana. Storm count is 4. Amphibian Downpour.
I'm gonna draw from Nezahal.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exile Nezahal.
Okay. 5 copies. I'll put 3 on your commander and 2 on
Sure.
Agent Treachery. 3 for the deck Faden. Minus him and take whatever that stuff that's underneath.
I will put Jin into my graveyard and make a rogue. Sure, you can have my currency converter.
Untap, upkeep, draw. 4. Cast Shorka.
I'll draw a card.
Activate Shorka. Draw 2. Ditch 1. Ditching this. Thopter Spy Network. Crack a Fabled Passage. Pay 3. Cast a Strength Bobblehead.
I will draw a card.
Pay 3. Cast an Endurance Bobblehead.
I will draw another card.
Pay 1. Cast Skrell. That's all I got.
I'll go to my turn and pray for deliverance.
I will untap the things.
Upkeep, I'm gonna Vamp Tutor. I guess I get that. Land for turn is a Morphic Pool. There it is. Gonna go to combat. I'm going to send this 1/1, this 1/1, and this 2/2 at Dak Faden.
Yeah, deck Faden dies.
Second main, I'm going to Grim Tutor.
Shorka.
Sure, you can Shorikai. Deluge for 4.
Player of Denial.
Fierce Guardianship.
Also, you have a Nezahal off.
Oh yeah, I do have that.
When your Enduring Curiosity hits the graveyard, I'm gonna take it with Soul Cauldron.
Deck 4.
Alright, I spent 1,000,000 life and we got to this point. Pass the turn.
Okay, I'm gonna untap. I guess I'll have a go at taking another turn. I will add 3 red to my mana pool from Carpet of Flowers. Paying 8 mana. Redshift is back. Trigger Guardian Project. I'll draw a card. Wow, I got a land. Castle Garenbreg. It enters tapped unless if I control a forest. I do that. It has an ability on it that might get used later. Pass turn.
At your end step, activate Shortcut. Make a pilot. Draw 2.
Also end step, I'm going to disenchant the Reaver Cleaver.
You and me, Matt. 10 life.
Yeah,
Who do you think's gonna win first?
Brent.
The race to 0? Yeah, I hope it's him.
In that case, probably me.
I will play land turn. Mystical Retrieval. Flashback for 2 and a red. Targeting Cyclonic Rift to get Cyclonic Rift back to hand.
Draw off of Nezahal.
I'm gonna activate Soul Cauldron to exile Cyclonic Rift.
Got it. Casting my commander.
In response, Shortcut.
I have a Discover 4 in the stack.
Discarding this Forensic Inspector.
Ooh. But my commander's not out when that resolves.
So you get the other dude.
So a Spark Double of the Mako.
2/3. Boosted Slope. It's an artifact. Vehicle, I could crew it. Whenever I attack, draw a card, then discard a card. Combat. This one at Matt. These 2 at you, Jason.
That's haste?
Anger's in his
Anger's in
graveyard.
the graveyard.
Oh,
Got an attack trigger before any of the blocks happen.
Sure.
I draw a card, discard a card. He gets bigger, so does he. I discarded a card. I will give my commander +2/+0 that's coming at you.
okay.
I will block.
Yeah, I guess I'll block the 7.
For damage, I will discard 3 cards to do the thing. Team Battle Rage.
Teamer Battle Rage.
I'm dead.
Deflecting SWAT. I'm gonna give my commander Teamer Battle Rage.
Ooh.
Get rid of this, getting me 1 more treasure. Shooting back Desperate Ravings. Draw 2 cards, and then discard a card at random. Discard Professional Facebreaker. My other discard, though, from that, I'm going to put the +2/+0 there. So you're taking 6.
6.
Yep.
Alright.
Our commanders will trade,
And I'm temporarily not dead.
and I will draw 1. And while the Nezahal is away, I will play this spellbook. Pastor?
Spire of Industry. Pay 3. I want to cast a Forensic Gadgeteer. When I cast an artifact, I investigate, and activated abilities of artifacts cost 1 less, can't reduce it to less than 1. Pay 3, cast an Intelligence Bobblehead. Make a clue.
I will draw a card.
I'm going to pay 3 to Fabricate. I'm going to search my library for an artifact and put it in my hand.
I will draw another card.
I grabbed a Perception Bobblehead. I'm going to cast a Perception Bobblehead.
I will draw another card.
I'm going to activate the Perception Bobblehead and look at the top 4. Casting a Charisma Bobblehead.
We're getting there.
Shortcut. Discard a
Pretty cool.
Tezzeret Artifice Master. Go nuts.
Cyclonic Rift Overload. I'm not even going to think about it. I'm just going to do it.
I'm going to activate the Perception Bobblehead. So I'm going to look at top 5. Cast a Luck Bobblehead.
I'll draw a card.
Shortcut. Discarding this Hope of Gearper. Paying 1. Rolling 6 6-sided dice. If I get 6 6s, I win.
Oh,
I didn't get 6 6s. I get 2 tapped treasures. I pay 3. I don't exist.
oh, okay. Hilarious.
Yes.
Cyclonic Rift, good. Okay, we've been playing so long that the iPad is running out of juice. Matt's gonna have a big cable going across his mat. That's not in your way at all, you're good.
This is the red zone. Land for turn is Snow-Covered Island.
Thank you.
I am going to recast my currency converter. Should I just kill Jason? Brent's got a million cards in hand. I'm going to attack
Probably
Brent
kill
for
Brent.
7. That's going to be a go from me.
I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna play this mountain for turn. I'm going to play Carpet of Flowers. I'm going to go to my second main. I'll get 4 green mana. I'm going to use that to cast Guardian Project.
I'll draw off of both of those, actually.
Oh yeah, you just
That's
draw
okay.
all the cards you would like.
Thank you.
I'm going to pay 1 for Delighted Halfling, drawing a card. I'll pay 2 for an Agatha Soul Cauldron. I'll pass.
I'll draw. Glinthorn Buccaneer. Discover 3. Cursed Mirror. Choose to cast an involuntary as a copy as Nezahal.
I am going to draw from that. Okay, I'm going to cast a delay.
I will refute. Counter target spell. Draw a card, discard a card.
Trigger Nezahal. Swan Song.
Combat. Add Matt.
I'll block your Glinthorn. I'll take 2.
I will play Mako.
Discarding down or
Yep. Discarding 4 cards, dealing 4 damage to each opponent.
Oh, that's how much life I have.
I go.
Yep.
8. Cast my commander.
Mm-hmm.
3 and 1. A Simulacrum Synthesizer. I have another one. Second one, we'll see the first one. I make Construct. Pay 4. Cast an Agility Bobblehead. Paying the 1. Making a token copy.
I'll draw twice, I guess.
Making 2 more constructs. Rolling 8 dice. 6s. No. I do make 6 treasures. Tapped. Dispatch Mako.
Yeah.
Tap the construct to crew Shorkai. Send the Shorkai and the Forensic Gadgeteer at you, Brent. Send 4 pilots at you, Matt.
Yep, I'm done.
And then I will pass the turn.
I'll untap. We'll draw. Spark Double comes on his copy of Glenhorn. Discover 4. He'll be Everwise. 3 steps ahead. I will draw 2 cards, discard a card. He'll take 2 damage.
Sure.
And then I will draw 1 card. Cycle. Take 2 more damage. Hands. You kill him with constructs in your commander.
Yeah.
Good game, buddy. You got it.
He wants to roll his dice.
He's not getting there.
Damn it! I want to at least try.
And Nate is able to find his bearings on turn 11 and pop the hell off. I'm pretty sure that this was the longest game in channel history, so good job everyone for sticking it out and putting up a great fight. I hope you all enjoyed that, and never forget, you will ride eternal, shiny and chrome. See y'all next time. Thanks patrons, especially Jacob M, Paul K, Jared R, KeyGCB, Mad Hunter Mage CJ, and Jared N. And thank you to the rest of our patrons as well.